Alright everybody, welcome to another web novel recommendation video. So in this video, I'll be recommending a web novel that's been on my to-read list for a long time. I'm kinda disappointed in myself that it took me this long for me to read it. You guys are in for a treat, because for once, this novel has no system and is strictly just an isekai fantasy. Before I get started, I would like to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. We've exceeded past our milestone of 1,500 subscribers and the numbers are climbing even higher. You guys are the best, and I really want to thank you guys for your support. With that said, our new milestone goal will be 2,500 subscribers by July. So keep sharing and liking each and every video. We'll grow even faster. Also, don't forget to check out our Discord server to find even more like-minded people and authors so we can talk about everything web novel. Without further ado, let's get started with the video. If you're new or a returning viewer to my channel, welcome to Weeb Psycho TV, where we explore the world of web novels together. So the web novel I'll be talking about is Abe the Wizard by the Mass of Eating Melon Seeds. And I already know what you're thinking. Yes, that is the author's actual name that he has on his web novel. At least it's something original. Anyways, at the time of this recording, the novel has 985 chapters, averages about 14 chapters a week, and has a rating of 4.1 stars and 5 million views. This novel brings me back to when I was reading a web novel that's dear to my heart and one of my favorite fantasy and wizard-themed web novels, Supreme Mages by Legion 20. This was before the time I got into the system genre vortex of web novels. Anyways, it's good to be back into good old-fashioned wizard fantasy stories, or as close to as old-fashioned wizardry as we can get within a web novel. Our story starts off with our protagonist Abe being reincarnated into another world. In his previous world, he was a bodybuilder trainer. Also, when he was reincarnated to the other world, he was able to bring the Horadric Cube from Diablo 2. Our main character gets reincarnated to a 10-year-old boy named Abe, who's the son of a knight. The story starts off with him being trained up as a knight. He develops fast because he was a bodybuilding trainer, so he understands how the body works and how he can train his body even more in an efficient manner. Every isekai web novel has a trope that gives the main character a huge leg up compared to the people in the new world, and the Horadric Cube is it. See, the Horadric Cube, for those who aren't familiar with Diablo 2, gives him the ability to combine 3 objects at a time to create an even higher tiered item. Also, this gives our main character the ability to see item stats of whatever he puts in. Even though he doesn't technically have a system per se, the Horadric Cube essentially fills the requirements of a system, but not really. The Horadric Cube is able to combine all types of items, like potions, food, and any other items you can think of, which gives this main character a huge advantage in his development. You'll understand once you read the novel. The story takes place in a medieval magic world. Abe currently lives in the Holy Continent. The Holy Continent is made up of numerous kingdoms and races, like elves, dwarves, and etc. The kinds of species you would expect in a fantasy novel. So far in my reading, Abe hasn't left the continent yet, but there have been some hints from the author like, the world is much bigger than it seems, and the Holy Continent is small compared to the rest of the world. You'll be able to travel when you're stronger. A lot of authors do this type of thing so they don't have to constrict the world they're building, and they can further develop the world later. Or they haven't thought the rest of the world through to explain to the reader what more the story has to offer. So the world building is pretty vague if I'm being honest. The humans' biggest enemy in this world are the orc race. They've been at war with the humans for thousands of years. So far all we know is that the orcs wage war against the humans because the orcs' population grows too fast. So what the orc leaders do is send hordes of their military to invade the humans to thin out their population, for them to survive. The orcs in this story are a very poor race compared to the other species. They have to steal human resources to develop their own, because of the constant growth of their population. At the beginning of the novel, us readers know that he was somewhere around his 30s to 40s when he died. So the main character should be pretty mature for his age, which he is compared to the other kids in the novel. But as the reader reading the character, he doesn't really come off as acting mature. But that's just my opinion. The point can be debated. So anyways, there is a love interest for the main character. No harem or anything, just a regular love interest. It'll be interesting to see how the author plans to unfold the relationship between the two, but not expecting too much concerning this. A lot of authors lack the ability to build a compelling relationship story between a main character and a side character. One thing that does tick me off though, is how I'm at 700 chapters and it's only been 3 to 5 years of story time. I feel that his age doesn't progress as fast as it should. Not sure if the author is young and doesn't know how to write a character that ages, or he's taking his time with it but at a grueling pace. This protagonist has made so much development into multiple fields, like knighthood, wizardry, forging, runesmith, alchemist, and a druid. Like, come on, how is this main character still a teenager? I get that it's an overpowered main character, but at least try to give him a realistic time frame for him to develop. It makes no sense to me. The main character needs to grow up. Like, how can he have all these fields he's good with and be so young? I know this is a fantasy novel and all, but let it have some sense of realism. Some of the ways the author plugs the main character's old life into his new one, and because the main character has had some experience in a given field, it makes him a master in this one. The MC is a bodybuilder trainer who knows 3 types of martial arts, knows how to forge because he saw a TV program about forging, and knows how to hunt and build bear traps because he was hiking in his other life. Like, come on. The MC doesn't need to know how to do everything to get him through an obstacle. Another example is that he's more experienced in the art of using a brush compared to somebody who spent 20 years doing the same thing. Just because in his old life, he did some calligraphy as a hobby during his free time. Well, I guess this is why we call it fiction, right? The main character definitely has some plot armor halo around him. Also, he has no personality. His lucky halo is constantly being used. There is no individuality. It sometimes kinda feels forced. There will be some times where you won't really be sure why he does certain things because his character is so blank that we as readers can't really understand or relate to him. Character design is decent, I guess, but I wish the author would be more descriptive and use more descriptive words to explain a scene, character, a fight, and etc. It may just be the translation that was done for the novel because it does have its grammatical issues and a lack of descriptive words, but I can't be sure. I know it may seem that I don't like this novel. I'm not gonna lie, it does have its issues, but you know what web novel doesn't? I do genuinely enjoy reading this novel. It is enjoyable and fun to read, especially for those who enjoy decent storytelling, a decent OP trope, and excessive plot armor on steroids. If you're the author listening to this, I appreciate the author for making a story for people to enjoy. If you happen to start the novel and enjoy it, leave a review in the review section saying, Weeb Psycho TV sent you. So before I end this video, I'd like to remind you guys about the new Discord server link in the description down below. And all my other social media accounts that you can go follow are also down below. If you feel like supporting and investing in the development of this channel, check out my Patreon below. Thank you for all the support. See you next video. Welcome to the 14th ever after show of Weeb Psycho TV. As usual, this is part of the video where we have a little fun down in the comments. So for today's comment party, what I want you guys to do is fill the comment section with plot armor over 9,000. So if you enjoyed the video or want to support my channel, simply comment plot armor over 9,000 and I'll definitely heart those comments. Because I appreciate everybody who stays till the end of my videos. Alright, see ya, till next time.